Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mr. Fix-It here. Happy New Year. 2024 is here. We can all start anew. But regretfully, all our problems from 2023 just do not disappear. Sorry. But anyway, let's get started. BWE is a shower panel. Shower panel right here. It has everything on the panel. You just plug it into your hot and cold water and you have everything you need. It's got all the knobs, all the controls. It's got all the shower heads. It's got multiple shower heads. It's a deluxe. It's like you would go into an upper end house, and I've seen them with dual showers, male and female side. Each, you could take 2 showers at once. Okay, this is only the one. You're going to put the one in your tub area or your shower area, but it's similar to that. So you can feel like you're living up above. Anyway, let's get started. I've got the shipping box here. I wanted to show it to you to ensure you that this thing is well managed when shipped, and it comes in this sleeve to keep it from getting scratches. I am going to go over the main part of putting it together because the instructions, which I cannot find, but anyway, the instructions are one sheet and they're very vague. So I'm going to go over all of it with you, and then I'll show you how to put it into your shower. But this is, it comes with the head that you can move around. You know, it has the hose. Okay, this is where you connect it to. That's going to go on the side of your unit. So you got a hole over here. My hand's in the way. Right here. So that's going to plug in here. Okay, you're going to hook your hose up and all. You got your swivel spot to hook your handle in. You also have shelving that goes on here, which I loved about this one. That's why I chose this one. I like the shelving. I like to have a place for my shaver and my shampoo bottle. And also, you're going to be attaching the head for your rainfall head. That's going to go on top here. And then you've got lights on here and the whole works. So what we're going to start out doing, so we're going to start out putting this head on. Okay, that's got a set of screws here. Okay, this is your screws for that. And then you have these other screws, which I've never seen them, which I find kind of interesting. They have nuts. These are to hold your shelves on. There's 8 of them. So these are nuts, or nuts and screws. Here's the nut, if you could see that. Okay, and that's going to go into your shelving, which is right here. Okay, so let me work on getting this together. Okay, and then I'll be right back. So I put you high in the sky so you can see everything that I'm doing. So what I did first was I put this top piece on right here. This is your rainfall shower head. So that has to be put in with these screws. You can see them right there. Okay, and then you've got to take your hose, which is laying loose in here, take it through, connect that, and then you got your wire, which is in this wire clump right here. Take that out and take it through the hole up here. And that's got to plug in here. Just make sure that you plug it in properly, because there's a notch there that hooks into the lock. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that hooks in properly, because you got low voltage, so you have to make sure that your negative and your positive are on the right lead. Okay, so that's how far I've gotten now. Next, I'm going to take my shelves right here, and I'm going to assemble them with these screws here onto the side. So let me take care of that, and then I'll be back. So I put the shelves on, okay, and they come you can see, I got the shelves on right here. Here's your shelves. They have special screws on them, okay, that go on, and then there's like a washer on the end of them with a cap, okay? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna get your screws on, and then you're gonna take this little cap right here, all right, and then you're gonna screw it on the end here so you can't see the silver and brass on it. These aren't so easy for me to get on between not being able to see and shaking. So they go on there. So that hides that makes it look more fancy. And then what I'm going to do, as you can see, all your components are back here. The part that makes it light up, you got your shower heads, you got your tub spout right down here, you got your hookups for your hot and your cold, okay, and you've got your mixing valve and also your control valve, mixing and control. So that controls what heads the water's going to go to, or down to the tub area, or up to the rainfall spout up top. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this hand shower head and the hose and show you how that goes on. So I brought you back down to ground level. Look, I put this fixture on for the handheld right here, okay, right down here. But the thing with this, it's all plastic, so you want to make sure you don't cross thread it. You've got a hose in here already, but you got to put on, I don't know if you could see that or not, there's a brass nut that goes on first that holds this into place, holds the bracket into place, okay, and then you got to put on your water supply right here, okay, and then after you're done with that, you're going to put your hose on, and then on the end of the hose goes your handheld, okay, but when you put your handheld on, keep the longer part of the hose on this side, okay, there's a shorter end on the other side, but you want to put one of these screened washers in, okay, because that's going to keep all the crud that's in your water, and there is a lot of crud even if you have city water. You'd be surprised, and that stuff will clog up your nozzle. So you're going to put that on. As long as you have these washers, you shouldn't have to use any liquid Teflon, like you can see the liquid Teflon in my previous videos, but you shouldn't need the liquid Teflon or Teflon tape if you use these washers. Also, now that this handheld is going to go right here in your bracket. I'm sure you can all figure that one out. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. So next we're on to, what do you do with it then? So I moved you again. Look, when you install this in your bathroom, if you already have, bathtub already set up, you're going to have to take off the hardware on your old mixing valve and the tub spout with the pipe that comes out, and then also you're going to have to take off your old shower head, and then you have these brackets here, okay, these brackets come with it. There's two of them. One goes on this upper one and one goes on the bottom one. Okay, so you're gonna measure from the bottom of this and then measure from the top of your tub, and you're going to mark 2 spots, one for the bottom, one for the top, and then you're going to install these hooks on the wall, okay? And then once those hooks are installed and you have all the old hardware off, you're going to have to take the hot and the cold off the old mixing valve, and you're going to have to tie them into your hot and cold on this pan. Okay, this thing has a hot and cold. I don't know if you could see that or not. Lift it up. Ugh. So your hot and cold's on the panel. They're going to be tied in to the mixing valve. Now there may be some cutting involved. They do send with it these 2 elbows, these 2 90s. Okay, these 90s, they also have rubber washers with them. So if you use the washers, again, you don't have to use the Teflon tape. If you don't use them, or if you want to use Teflon tape just for, you know, second measure, but they have these to put inside on your hot and cold water supply. And then you're going to tie those into your supply on here, on your panel, okay? And then once you have all that, then you're just going to put this up, hang it on your, where you're going to hook up your hot and cold. You're going to hook up your hot and cold inside the wall. And remember, you got 8.5 inches here, so if you need to cut that hole bigger, just make sure you don't cut it bigger, then the panel will cover up. So you can't go past 8 inches. You cut the hole open bigger, get your hot and cold supply available, and then you tie in your hot and cold on here. Okay, hot is usually on the left, cold on the right. Then you're gonna hang them on your hooks, and you know, you may want to lift this panel up a little bit and not have it right on your tub. You may want to lift it up. It all depends on, you know, how high or, you know, how short or tall the people are in your household. So you can measure that all up, and you hook up your hot and your cold, then hang this on your hooks, your install hooks right here. You're going to hang it on that, on the back there. Show you that again. Right here, there's a little spot where it goes in. So make sure your install hooks are they're in the middle of where you want it to go, because they got to fall right into this open area right here. Okay, and then you should be able to just use the shower. Now I'm doing this video for 2 reasons. For the guy, for the person, because I know women get involved in handyman stuff now also, but for that person that's daring enough to do this on their own, little help, but also for those of you who may be questionable on this whole thing. And if you are questionable, I suggest hiring a professional. Hire a plumber who should know exactly how to install this thing for you, and that may relieve you of a lot of stress, because there are a few things that can go wrong, especially with the plastic fittings. Make sure you don't cross thread them, because that will screw up your whole day. Okay. So as I was saying, make sure that you have all the steps. Let me show you. This is all the instructions that they sent with the piece. So I thought, you know, I would do a video so you guys, you could get some kind of a, you know, feeling for what goes all into the install on this thing. And like I said, if you feel comfortable, do it. And if you don't, I would strongly suggest hiring a plumber, because there are ways that you could screw up the fittings and all, and then it becomes a total other job, if you know what I mean. All right, thanks for coming. Like and subscribe, share the video, leave your comments so I know where I'm at, if I'm feeding you enough information, or if you have any questions, just leave them there and I will answer them. Again, thanks for coming, Mr. Fix-It.